Namaste. Welcome to Restorative. So today's class, we did have a few technical issues getting started, and it's quite timely because I wanted to make mention of the fact that as things are starting to come back to abnormal, the mind starts to get engaged again. The thoughts start to flow and the busyness starts to encroach back on our beings. So in today's class, I really want to give an opportunity to de-frag, to kind of clear a little bit of clutter, declutter. And there's a beautiful quote, apart from actually the second of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And it's basically the premise for all yoga. When we can clear the ups and downs, the noise in the mind, that is yoga. When we can find focus for the mind, that is yoga. And one of the beautiful quotes that I often say in class, I don't even know who said this originally anymore. I've had it copied from notebook to notebook so many times. When we cut through the chatter of the mind, the things that matter to us most become clear. When we cut through the chatter of the mind, the things that matter to us most become clear. And so that's why we do this practice to try and calm those vicissitudes, the hurly-burly and noise, so that we can just get to that nice clear space and defrag, declutter. So just come to Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together. And just start to spiral the body. You can hold on to the soles of the feet or the ankles. And we begin with a little bit of movement because it is difficult to come straight into stillness from the activity of the day. And body and mind are connected, so if you feel that there's a bit of fidgety energy in the body, then you know what, that's probably also in the mind. So if we bring the awareness to conscious movement, in the same way we can bring focus to a specific point in the mind, and we start to clear what we don't need by bringing this center of awareness to what we do want. So bringing awareness back to breath. And focusing on the sensation of the body moving in space. And close your eyes. And start to breathe. You don't need to engage any particular strong pranayama in this restorative. Just change direction. Just allow the mind to follow the movement to follow the breath. And so coming home in this way to the breath, to the moment. Make the circles as big as is comfortable for you. Engage the shoulders, hips, ankles. And start to let the day shrug off the shoulders. It's like you can feel it falling away from your body as you roll. So round and round. Last big circle. And just come back to center. And we'll take some cat-cow motions with the spine. So inhale, open the heart. Exhale, let the back round. Inhale. So getting a little bit of space in the shoulders. It's good to work this part of the body when we have a sedentary work day in front of the computer. So just opening the fronts and backs of the shoulders, finding space between the shoulder blades. Staying with that nice, juicy leading of the breath. It's kind of a massage through your center as well, your heart, getting a nice massage, vital organs being gently squeezed and released. Last one, in, full breath out. Nice. And just gently bring the knees together. I'm just going to turn sideways. You can stay facing forward. Keep the knees bent, and you're just going to keep flowing a little bit here. So as you exhale, just allow the torso to drape over the thighs, sweep your hands forward, and then circle the arms very wide till they come behind you. And once again, you can open the heart. Exhale as you curl forward. Inhale. So it's just forward and back like that. Slightly different shoulder and heart opening. And starting to get some restful repose by lying the front body onto the legs. So you can keep moving with this gentle movement, exhaling forward, inhaling back. Or if you feel that there's a bit of stagnant energy and needs a little bit more work to release, then you can go ahead and straighten the legs a little bit more. So the fold is a little deeper. And when you come back, fingertips tracing the earth, you can bend the knees and maybe even press up into a reverse table. Gently release. Inhale as you lengthen. And exhale, sweep the arms forward. Just a few more times. So either knees bend, just opening the heart, or you can extend the legs and come right up into reverse tabletop. You can feel that there's a little bit more energy moving when we do the extended version, but you may need to just keep it quiet and restful. So starting to listen to your mind, your body, what noise is there, and how best to quiet and still those ripples. Just two more, inhale. Also creating just a little tiny bit of heat. So not the fire of our vinyasa practice, but kind of like a steady candle warmth that can gently melt beeswax so that you can soften your state of being. You can picture a beautiful natural beeswax candle and its flame gently heating and melting and softening that beeswax, you know, that beautiful consistency of the edges of the candle. That is your body, your mind, just becoming malleable. Last one. And this time, if your knees are bent, please come into a slightly more straight leg. So you can keep the knees still bent if you like. And we're going to take a couple of minutes here in Paschimottanasana, straight away coming into forward fold. If you have quite open hamstrings, lower back, you want to straighten the legs, please go ahead. But remember that this is a restorative practice. It's about defragging, decluttering. We don't want to add any more thoughts. I should do this, I should look like that. It's just an allowance. Turn your palms to face up. Relax your shoulders. And let the head come and rest wherever it goes. Or maybe it's a little bit of a tripod with the fingertips so that you have a resting point and just letting the chin come down onto the chest, and it looks like this. So the shape you are in is the perfect shape to be in. I'm just going to stay here for another minute, minute and a half. Feel the breath expand into your back body. And you simply follow the journey of that breath. You can feel it coming in through the nostrils, down the back of the throat, and even imagine it sliding down the back of the heart and sweeping around, filling that heart space, and then rising back up the front body, out through the throat, up and out the nostrils again. That beautiful melting beeswax of your body, just yielding to resistance, finding slow play at the edges as you get warm from the inside out, as your awareness, your attention lights up. And we only really achieve progress or depth and exploration, not so much progress because it's not really a linear experience, but that exploration is deepened by letting go. So the more we grasp, the more we accumulate, we want the opposite. We want to release. We want to let the unraveling happen naturally. Learning to be at peace with a different kind of work. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths in this shape. Inhale through your nose. Soften the body forward as you exhale. Again, inhale, you'll feel the body expand, a little bit of a lift away from the legs as you inhale. Full exhale, surrendering in. Last breath, inhale. And exhale completely. So please keep your chin on your chest as you gently, gently stack the spine. Sweeping the hands back towards you as you come up to sitting straight, Dandasana, staff pose, just for a moment. And then use your hands for support. You're going to gently make your way and curl all the way flat onto the floor. Let the spine neutralize here. Keep the knees bent. You might like to keep the feet nice and wide and bring the knees together. Just release the sacrum, roll back on the floor. Place your hands wherever they're needed. So if you notice a part of tension in the body, you want to draw attention to with the hands. Place them wherever they're needed. You can palpate the body and see if you're not sure. The hands find their way. Maybe it's even up here around the forehead, the eyes. And then gently just take your hands to the floor. A little bit of organic movement here, and then coming into a twist. Just let legs come long. And as you roll over to one side, just let the knee gracefully move wherever it wants. Let the foot lead, let the knee instigate wherever it feels good, and then sweep that left leg wide and just roll side to side, just letting the body guide you. So it's almost like the body is moving rather than the mind telling the body to move. You know that first stretch when you wake up in the morning? It's not like you're saying, oh, I need to twist this way. Oh, I need to stretch my arms overhead. The body knows instinctively how it wants to release. And I'd like you to tune into that right now. So you're finding a little bit of a twist side to side, but in a very organic way. So you may not look like how I'm moving. You may look completely different. So you're just turning to the left and the right. Maybe the arms get involved. And really start to tap into that feeling of waking up in the morning or just before you go to bed and you want to have that last stretch of the day. And in fact, I invite you to maybe play this practice again in the week and go straight to sleep afterwards. So one more round, exploring the twist to the left and the right. And then we're going to pause. So when you find your twist to the right with the left leg over, knee can be bent or straight, right knee can be bent or straight. We're going to stay. Take a couple of minutes in your variation of supine twist. So another thing you can do if you have a bolster today is support yourself. I'll just show you what that might look like. Such a good friend, the bolster. If you've got one, I highly recommend sleeping with them. Finding these shapes lends for very peaceful sleep. The body can feel supported and you find you wake up a little less in the night. So take your time, set up for your supine twist. We'll stay another 2 minutes here. So notice any tension in the body as you twist. Is there still a need for action? Are you still trying to do the twist? And where is that doing manifesting in the body? I can feel mine in my lower back, my rib cage, where I'm trying to press myself further into the twist. What happens if we simply allow, breathe into the area of the body that wants to be active? And notice, maybe in that letting go, you actually find there is more movement than when you were trying, more release. You might even like to enjoy turning your head and finding a place that's comfortable for the upper back, shoulders and head to be involved in the twist. Maybe noticing very, very fine adjustments like these little cricks and releases deep in the spine. This subtle holding that we don't even know that we do all day long. And as we affect the body in this way, just know that the same thing is being applied to your mind and your spirit. As you unclench the body, you unclench the mind. the breath be soft and long. Let your heart be open. Allow yourself to be comfortable. What else? What else is there? What else do you need to release? Scan the body, there might be another spot. Use the breath. All the tools you need are here. They always are. And the last couple of breaths. And then gently bring the head back to center. Gently stretch it out if you need to square off the hips or have a little bit of a reach. And then allow yourself to twist over to the other side. Again, using whatever props you need. Scanning the body, noticing where does the body and mind try and come into an active state, and how can you give permission to allow it to be without adding any more layers. So we can always use that beautiful metaphor of ripples on a pond. We're trying to still the pond so that we can get that clarity, so that we can see what truly matters. And you can't dispel the ripples by agitating the water more. It will only happen if you leave it. Leave it for a while. Let it be. And then over time is also an important factor. Those ripples begin to still. And then what do you see? What do you notice at the bottom of the pond? What really matters now? If we're holding through the belly, the back, and you release the shoulders with the breath. Take a couple of nice full breaths in. Always an option to sigh with sound. Notice how that feels. And then gently come back to center again. If you need to realign the body, please go ahead. Hug the knees into the chest. Sorry, you can stay lying down. I was just moving my bolster out of the way. Just give them a squeeze. A little bit of a rock, side to side. That feels nice. And then you're going to take the legs into a tree pose shape. So extend them long on the floor. And then bend the right foot. I'll just mirror you so that you can see. Or take the instep of one foot to the inner thigh of the other leg. Now, if your knee is quite far off the floor, you might want to use a prop under the knee so that it feels supported. If you feel okay to allow that hip to open all the way, I hope you can see this okay, then you can just let it fall open, and over time it'll gently broaden and you'll feel a nice opening through the hips. But always an option to take a cushion or block or your bolster and just support the open knee. Hands, once again, your choice. You might like to keep working the energy in the hips by placing the hands on the hips. There are 2 points just on the inside of the groin, if it's comfortable for you to place your palms. It's kind of it's where a lot of lymph nodes are, but it's also in Reiki. When you're doing self-Reiki, self-healing, obviously you can't lie down and reach all the way down your own legs, but if you place your palms over these points, they say the energy radiates down your legs naturally. Just put some awareness here. In this way, we release tension in the legs. Notice the buttocks. Is there any clenching or holding there? Just let the whole back body rest into the floor. Notice the shoulders. Where does your rib cage connect with the mat? Everybody's different shape, so there's no right or wrong. It's just about directing your awareness. Softening the jaw. Eyes and the head are soft. Back of the neck is long. And you simply allow those waters to still. Calm the chatter of the mind. And then very slowly use whichever hand is on the side of the leg that is open. Gently bring it back to center. Let both legs stretch long on the floor. Give the feet a little bit of a shake side to side, releasing tension in the hips. And then bend the opposite knee. Place the foot to the inner thigh. And again, you can place the block or the prop under the open knee support. Find the points on the inner thighs if that felt good, or you might have found a nice resting place on the body somewhere else with the arms. Another option is just to lift the arms into a goddess shape so that the shoulder blades can soften into the floor. If you still feel tension through shoulders, neck, upper back, this can be a nice way to bring awareness and ease to that area of your body. Let it melt away. That beautiful warmth, candlelight within. It's a constant, steady light. It's a gentle warmth, slowly radiating through every part of your body. Gently softening. Can you appreciate where you've opened up, where it feels different? Always sighing with or without sound. There for you if you need to release something that's coming up that's particularly sticky, I feel my shoulders. And there is no part of this body that is not correlated to a part of your mental or emotional state, your emotional, mental, spirit, and physical being are all manifestations of the same thing. And then slowly releasing the hands from wherever you have them, using a hand to support the knee back to center. And this time you can bend both knees into the chest and once again release. Tuck the knees in. Gentle rock, side to side, forward back. So for the next posture, useful to have a pillow, bolster or block, something that you can lift and support your body with. So I'll demonstrate with a block and a bolster. If you don't have anything, then I'll actually demonstrate that first. If you don't have anything to support your lower back, then you're just going to take a constructive rest. Take the feet out as wide as the mat, let the knees fall in, and give yourself a hug, reaching for opposite shoulder blades, just lying here like this. So this is a nice way to spread the sacrum, because the sacrum was compressed through the opening of the hips. Now we're going to let it broaden out into the floor. So this is option one. Option two, if you have cushion or bolster, feet are hip distance apart, lift the hips, slide the bolster under the sacrum and just take that slight incline, that slight inversion. And again, you can hug, you can take goddess arms, or even hold on to opposite elbows overhead, and we rest here. Setu Bandha Savanasana variation. And I'll demonstrate the third variation of the block. Same. Press into the feet evenly, lift the hips. And if you have a block, just use the flattest or the middle height under that triangular flat part of the sacrum at the base of the spine. It should feel completely supported, the weight of the hips traveling down through the block straight into the floor. Arms in whatever shape you need. We'll spend 3 minutes here. Setu Bandha Savasana. Supported bridge pose. You can imagine how lovely this is for your vital organs. You might even be able to sense in and feel them inside your body. How miraculous that these organs constantly working, constantly functioning for our health, for our life. How little awareness and attention we give them. Can you feel your kidneys? Can you feel your liver, your stomach, your intestines? Can you feel your lungs and your heart? These are the important things. And we slow down the movements. You can start to notice what lies in the deeper depths of our being. And please modify as you need. So if the block becomes a little bit intense at any time, you need to come out of it, then just lift the hips up, slide it down, or if you find it's a little bit high, you want to readjust. Always doing what you need. Or if you have any lower back issues and you can feel it starting to pinch, then I'll just show you, just slide the block out. Curl the spine down and come into that constructive rest that I showed for people who don't have any props at home. Take the feet out wide, knees together. Give yourself a hug. If you're happy in your setup, then you'll just stay. Enjoy. And if you've been lying with your arms crossed over your body, you might like to swap the cross of the body, the arms, just for a few moments. Let's take a few deep breaths. If you are up on a block or a bolster or cushion, just gently press into the feet, slide out the prop, curl back down to the floor. And then we're all going to roll onto one side and slowly come up to sitting. And once again, if you do have that bolster, bring it with you. You're going to come into pigeon pose. So starting to lie now on our bellies, which is going to deepen the sense of rest. And we'll pretty much stay on our fronts for the rest of the practice. So if you have your bolster, setting up for pigeon, just coming to all fours, taking a little bit of an organic spiral, if that feels good for you, change directions. And then just setting up, taking the right knee wide, left leg long. Modification, take the left knee bent. So if you feel that there's tightness in the hips, you can take the left knee bent. Other modification, I'll just swap sides so that you can see it, is to put block or support under the right hip. So modification, support the hip, bend the knee, or let the leg be straight. Take your bolster if you have one right up to your lower belly and allow your torso to rest down. Turn your head to one side. And you can take the palms to face up if that's comfortable, or just hug your pillow or bolster, resting. Just let the body rest down onto your prop. Let it receive you. Feel the body melt over the edges of your prop. And if you don't have one, you can use your own body. So if you have no props at all, it might look like this. Or even like this. And if you're really not finding much comfort in a pigeon, it might look like this. So finding a way last deep full breath in and out. Bring the hands back beneath the shoulders as you gently curl up. Keep the chin on the chest so the head is relaxed, back and neck stays long.
And just find your way to all fours. If you are doing the version on your back, just release by hugging the knees in. If you're in pigeon and you've come to all fours, once again, just a little bit of a spiral, super slow. I don't know if you can hear through the microphone how many of my joints are popping. The Vata energy trapped in my joints, getting a nice release. And then set up for the second side, bending the left knee wide. Extend or bend right knee out to the side. Lengthen. Prop the left hip if that feels suitable, and exhale. And resting. Turn your head the other way if you had it to one side to how you had it before. How are those ripples going? A little bit clearer, hopefully. A little bit quieter. How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? And if it is still agitated, it is still noisy, are you able to just see that rather than add to it by throwing another stone into the water that says, oh, it should be quieter, oh, still not still. It's okay, it's okay. So there's ripples today, that's okay. That's why we're here. This is the whole purpose of this time. Just notice. And then bring your awareness back to the expansion and softening of your body with the breath. And that's all you need to do now. Take a long, deep breath in. Let it go, stay as you sigh out. And then slowly make your way back. Once again, coming to all fours. And working out any part of the body that needs a little release. Close your eyes. It's just a feeling, a felt sense. We come back down onto our bellies. So if you have a bolster or you feel that you need some support, you can take this bolster under the rib cage. The forearms are going to come onto the floor. It's okay if the hands come in and the elbows are a bit wide. But if you're able to square the arms off, you might notice that helps to square off the shoulders too. So you're coming into a Sphinx pose, but the feet are wide, a little bit of a rock side to side, let the buttocks be soft. And I'll just show you what it looks like if you don't have a bolster or you would like just a little bit of extra release through the shoulders. Same. Forearms on the floor. Just a little bit of support. Can you breathe the shoulder blades down the back? Shoulders away from your ears. So it is a little bit of effort, this one. So not quite the super let everything go of some of the other poses, but I really want to give you this opportunity to let go and notice what's in the shoulders before we come into final resting pose. Now take your chin to your chest. So once you've slid the shoulders down the back, let the head hang. So this is where it's different from cobra or sphinx pose that we do in a regular class. And I want you to explore where there is tension and tightness in the neck. So let's start to move the head a little bit side to side on this arc. And for sure, you're going to find some juicy places where the tendons of the neck, especially along the side and the back, feel like they need or could benefit from, enjoy just a little bit of a stretch. Just using the weight of your own head, so you're not needing to put any effort in. The weight of your big, heavy head full of all your thoughts and your intelligence. I'm going to work for you in this positive way. That weight is going to help you work out the tension in your neck. So if you find a nice juicy spot, you stay there for a little while. Moving on. And then slowly release. If you've got the bolster, you can leave it there and just come into a child's pose. So if you've got the bolster, you can place your hands on the bolster as you allow the hips to come back to the heels. If you don't have a bolster, then just a child's pose on the floor. Slip the arms and the shoulders drop down towards the ground. And the shoulders roll forward now. Hips soften towards the heels. Front body lying on the thighs or the space between the thighs. Forehead softening into the mat. If the forehead doesn't reach the mat, stack the palms, stack the fists. Oh, just release any tension that's accumulated. Staying with the breath. Just a few more deep breaths into the back body. Let your awareness turn inwards, inwards, inwards. Breathe it out. 2 more in. And out. In. Full breath out. So we've come to the end. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Just can stay in your child's poses. I give you some options. So if you have a bolster, option, very delicious one today, is belly Shavasana. So you take the body and lay it lengthwise on the bolster, so the bolster comes longwise on the mat. Support the entire torso, and then the head comes off the top of the bolster, so the chin is just off the edge. Just enough space for the head to come down onto the floor. You take the knees wide, arms wide. You can support the head with the hands or place a blanket under your head. So the parasympathetic nervous system is fully activated as you lie on the front body. And if you have a hardwood floor, you want to place more things under the knees, the joints, place a blanket over you, just get super warm, yeah? We want to keep that nice sense of that beeswax candle. Just relax there. So obviously, if you don't have a bolster, we'll be doing a different variation. So you can see again if it feels comfortable and just take the body all the way down to the floor. Legs fairly wide. You can turn the head to one side. Or again, slide a blanket or pillow just under the forehead. So we don't want the neck to be raised up on this angle on the spine. We want the neck to be long. So you just want a little bit of support under the forehead so that you can still have space for your nose, your face. If the belly shavasana is not working for you, just take your regular shavasana on your back. Scanning the body from toes to crown. Noticing, letting go. Conscious, letting go. Aware, yet completely relaxed. We're teaching ourselves to not only associate awareness with activity and doing, but awareness of the stillness from letting go, the awareness of simply being. Just staying in your belly, your regular shavasana, total de-frag, total de-clutter. When we cut through the chatter of the mind, the things that matter to us most become clear. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Modaye Nishprapanjaya Shandaya Nirarambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Modaye Nishprapanjaya Shantaya Nirambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Modaye Nishprapanjaya Shantaya Nirambaya
tejase. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Start to deepen your breath when you're ready. Gently move through your fingers, toes. Have a stretch if you feel to. Hug your knees and slowly roll out to one side and pause there a moment. Of course, if you're doing this and going to sleep, then please stay lying. Otherwise, make your way up to sitting. Bring hands to prayer at your heart. Just bow your head. Gratitude for the clarity. Raise your hands to your forehead and above you. Bow all the way down to the earth. Come back up, hands at heart center. Namaste.